Hello and welcome to Smart Mortgage Insights. I'm Mandy LaRose.
And I'm Conor Lavinka. Today, we're going to talk to you about a couple of buzzwords that you might be hearing in the market: a seller's market, a buyer's market. What
We're
is
not
all?
we're not hearing about a buyer's market.
Yeah,
Sorry.
maybe not
Sorry.
right now. What does that mean? Quick definition is, in a seller's market, there are simply more buyers than sellers, and that's what we find ourselves in now. So, Mandy, how do we navigate that?
Well, we definitely will discuss how we're going to get through this because we are in the seller's market and I think most environments are in a seller's market. It's just where we are in this world right now. A lot of people in 2020, 2021 got some really really low interest rates and now they sit on them. And therefore, it's made them a little bit harder to want to move from those properties because and maybe they really want to move, but they're just like not getting rid of this interest rate. I will say it does feel like people are starting to come off of that. Now, don't get don't get me wrong, and it's not like there's a ton of properties still for sale, but I think people are realizing that the rates are what they are and life is what it is. And if you want to move, you need to make it and you find the right property, you need to make that jump. So first and foremost is in this market, it is very, very important to be prepared. You need to get pre qualified. You need to come in, sit down with your lender, us, and we can go over what you're going to qualify for, what programs are going to work best for you. And therefore, you have an idea of what you're comfortable with, what price range you're comfortable with, that you qualify for it as well, on what your payments are going to look like, how much money you're going to need down, all of those things so that when you get out there and you start shopping with your realtor, you are going to know what it is that you want. Because the reality is when the property comes up that you do want, you're going to have to act fast.
Yeah, I can't stress that enough, to be prepared. Um, it it's kind of a bummer in the way the market is working right now, because when a property comes on the market, you are now going to make, most likely, the biggest financial decision of your entire life in the next 5 minutes. And
It'll feel like that, yes.
I joke, but in all seriousness, it is not uncommon for a desirable property at this point in an affordable price range to receive 10 offers on the first 24 hours of its listing. And so you really need to be able to go into the house, make a very quick decision, and then put in a good offer. It's just the way it works right now. I would love it if you could be able to think about it for a weekend or a week, but at the moment we can't do that. Now, what is a good offer? At this point, some things are actually going more than asking price. And I know that sounds a little bit scary, but it is a little bit of normalcy at the moment.
It is, and that's what I talk about when it comes to being prepared. And not just getting pre-qualified, but understanding what kind of market you're in. And a good realtor is going to really help you explain that as well. And a good one will also be honest with you. And here's the honesty part of it. If you are capped out and in your mind you don't want to spend over $400,000 on a property, then you should look at properties that are probably selling for around 375.
Exactly.
And I know that sounds crazy, but when you get into negotiating, and like Connor said, a new property comes on the market, it's a turnkey property, which that reality is that's what people want. They want turnkey. We're not really too much in the day of I'm going to buy this and redo all this stuff.
It sounds awesome, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like living
Yeah, no, that was
construction.
the earlier 2000s. Everyone was doing your DIYs or DIYs or whatever we were doing. And yeah, that's kind of the days of past. People are like, I want the house to be what I want it when I move into it. So if a new property comes on the market and it's this beautiful new home, you can just imagine, again, when we're talking about a seller's market, how many other people are going to show up to it and then start looking to bid higher than you to be able to get that property. So it's important that if you don't have a lot of cash, extra cash available that you can pay that additional money, that you maybe scale down what it is you're looking at a little bit so that you have room to be able to negotiate higher up on that property. Not all properties are flying off the market the second they
True.
hit it. It's not. There's a pocket, there's a window. We have some properties in some areas, that are less desirable, and so those properties don't move as fast, and, you can do your regular negotiating on them and things like that, but the ones that everyone really wants are the ones that,
Updated,
yes,
turnkey.
are the ones that you're really gonna have to, be prepared to negotiate.
So, you want your offer to stand out. As we said, we're not exaggerating when a lot of times a house is on the market and there's one house and 10 people want to buy it. And so there's a mentality of, how do you make it, how do you stand out to say, pick me out of the 10. And so you need to make your offer as attractive as possible. Um, in years past, you could do something called a contingency. And a contingency is I will buy your house provided that I sell my house or provided that something else happens. That's not going to make your offer very strong. So you want to do the best you can to make a no contingency offer. And right now, you might offer to pay some fees that aren't customarily paid by the buyer in the past in order to make your offer stand out above the crowd.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. The having contingencies that you need to sell or you need to rent or you need to start a job or things like that, they are going to make it difficult. So make sure that you get as many of your contingency out of the way as possible, so that you that's not doesn't become an issue when you do find the home of your dreams when you get out there. And I can't express enough, like, shop, shop, shop. Look at open houses. See as many properties as you can because that's what's going to help you know what the right property is and will make it when it comes time to start paying maybe 20,000 over asking price or $40,000 over whatever that number is, that's the property you want, and it'll be worth it to you in your mind because you're not looking at this, just jumping into a market because you found a house that day and then you're like, "Wait, what? You want me to pay what more over this?" If you're familiar with the market, you know what's going on, you're gonna be a winner in the market. You just need to be patient. You need to take your time on things as far as not jumping the gun on something, but when you know the one, you'll know.
As Mandy said, it's just patience, patience, patience. It can be discouraging at times, and you might have to put in 5 to 10 offers on places which
Yes.
we've had, and
Yes.
it can
We both have
absolutely
had that situation many of times
and
now.
it can get discouraging. But don't worry, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's it's absolutely worth being patient. So for now, if you need any help, please reach out to us. We can help you navigate the seller's market. But also watch out. It could change very quickly to a buyer's market. It can change in just the snap of a fingers.
Absolutely.
But get a realtor that you trust. Go to one that you like. If you don't have one that we would be more than happy to identify one and recommend one personally.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. This podcast is sponsored by Residential Mortgage LLC, NMLS numbers 167729, 196 576, and 1820404. Equal housing lender.